This video will explain how you can begin to accept payments as part of any offering that you schedule. The first step is to set up a bank account where you wish to receive payments from your offerings. If you need help in doing this, please see the Add Banking Account Help page listed in our Offering Tree Help section. Once you've added your bank account, you'll see that it's listed here under Account and the Payment section, and you'll notice that the green icon indicates that this particular bank account is active and able to receive funds. You'll also notice that the transaction fee is listed below, indicating what the fee is for any particular payment that is processed through Offering Tree. At the very bottom, you'll see a chart that lists the payment history of all the payments that have been received, refunded, or any other payment transactions associated with your offerings. Once you've set up your bank account, you can then begin to schedule offerings like you would in any other situation. But when you add a new offering, you'll notice that you can, at that point, add the payment functionality. So in this case, I'll add a new offering. I'll put in address. I'll add a price. And I'll set a maximum capacity. And I need to make sure that I check Allow Registration for this event in order to receive payments. Once I create this event, I now will be able to see that it will begin to offer the ability to accept payments online. In order to see this functionality, you can go to the front end of your website, which is how a student would see your particular offering. So here it's listed. When I click on it, the registration button will then bring up the normal registration part, but it will also include this payment section that lists the price for the particular offering as well as the fee associated with it. And remember that you can set this fee to either pass it along to your students or clients, or you can choose to absorb this fee yourself. Once you have a student register for this class and they can enter their payment information, once I've completed the registration as a student, I will receive this message that says that I've registered for this particular offering, and I'll also receive an email with a copy of the receipt indicating that I've paid for this particular course. I can go ahead and hit OK, and you'll notice that on the front end of your website, where students can see what you're offering, it'll show 3 remaining spots. So I'd indicated before a capacity of 4. Now when I go into the back end of the site, if I click on Payments, I'll now see that there's a new transaction that has been applied. It'll say that it was processed as of today. The revenue was $10. And if I want to manage this particular payment, I can refund and cancel, or I can just refund the amount, or I can simply choose to accept the payment. The way that the payment processing works is that it allows for the payment to be refunded within 24 hours after the event or the offering has occurred. Once the event is beyond 24 hours or 24 hours have passed after the event, you have to then manually refund it as the instructor. So you can't refund it through the system because it'll already be transferred into processing to end up in your bank account. It takes generally 24 to 48 hours to be able to process the payment after the event, and you should see the funds arriving in your account anywhere from 2 to 3 or 4 days after the event. And that depends on the processing and the transfer that has to happen between the payment processor that we use and eventually depositing the funds into your bank account. The other thing that's important to note is that if you cancel an event, then Offering Tree will automatically refund all of the payments that have been received for that event, so you don't have to manually refund every single one of them. This is a helpful feature for if you have to cancel an event, or even if you change the event date and time, it'll also cancel out all of those that have paid before, indicating that they no longer are registered for an event that no longer exists. So this gives them the opportunity to see if the new date and time will work with their schedules. So this brief video explains how you can begin to use payment processing within whatever offerings that you might choose to provide.